Arrays are the fundamental concept of JavaScript language that is frequently used in JavaScript program. An array is a data structure in JavaScript. So we have learned about variables, and we have learned that a variable can store a single value at a time. But array can be used to store a collection of values. Okay, so an array is used to store an ordered collection of data, and those data can be accessed by using its index. Let's understand arrays in JavaScript. In order to create an array in JavaScript, we use square brackets. So first, let's create a variable. Let's call it persons. Okay, and to this, when we assign a square bracket like this, that means we are creating an array here, and we are assigning this array to this persons variable. Here we have created an empty array. So let's log this persons array in the developer console, and let's see what we get. So if I save the changes, you can see an empty array has been logged here. But to this array, we can also add some data separated by comma. So let's say we want to add some persons inside this array. So for example, John, Mark, and let's say Mary. So Mary. So now we are adding some data to this array, to this persons array. Now if I save the changes, you can see that this array has now these three data, these three values. Now each data of an array or each value of an array is called as its elements. So in this example, this John, Mark, and Mary are the elements of this person array. Okay, so this is one way of creating array in JavaScript. Another way is by using the array constructor. So we can create an array like this. So let's create an years array, and for this let's use the array constructor. Okay, like this. So here we are creating an empty array. So if I log this years array in the developer console, you will see that an empty array will be logged. So years. If I save the changes, you can see an empty array has been logged. So there are two ways to create an array: using this square bracket syntax or by using this new array constructor. Now if you want to add elements to this years array, then you can pass it to this constructor separated by comma. So let's say 1990, 1979, 2007, and maybe 1995. Now if I save the changes, this array is no more an empty array and it has 4 elements, and these elements we have passed as an argument to this array constructor. Okay, so these are the two ways in which you can create an array in JavaScript. Now almost all the time the first syntax is used by JavaScript developers, and there is a reason behind that which we will learn later in this lecture. Okay, so most developers prefer to use this square bracket syntax when they want to create an array. Now we can access and manipulate array elements by using its index, and an array is a zero based index. So okay, so here this element John of this person's array, it is at the 0th index. Okay, because array is a zero based index, so the first element is said to be at 0th index, the second element is at first index, the third element is at second index. All right, same is the case here. Here this 1990 value is at 0th index of this year's array, this 1979 is at first index, 2007 is at second index, and 1995 is at third index. That's because the value of the index for an array starts from 0. So if you want to access, let's say, the second element of this person's array, then you can use index number 1. So we can say person, and then we can use square bracket, and then we can provide the index number. So we want to access this element of this person's array, and this should be persons. Okay, so for that the index of this element will be 1 because index starts from 0. So John is at 0th index and Mark is at first index. So if we pass 1 here and if we save the changes, you can see this expression here has returned mark. Okay, because the value at the first index of this person's array is mark, and that value has been returned here. Similarly, if you pass 0, so let's copy this line of code here, and if we pass 0, then the first element of this person's array will be returned, and that element is John. If we pass 2, then third element of this person's array will be returned, which is Mary. So if we save the changes, you can see Mary has been returned. Now let's try to pass 3 here. That means we want to access the element at index 3 of this person's array. But do we have any element here at index 3? We only have 3 elements, and the last element of this array is at index 2. We don't have any element at index 3. So if we try to access an element at index 3 which is not present, then let's see what happens. So if I save the changes, you can see undefined has been returned. Okay. So if you pass an index number to access an array's element, and if that index number is greater than the number of elements in the array, then it will return undefined, as you can see here. Okay, so in this way we can access an element of an array using its index, and we can also modify the element of an array using its index. So let's say persons, and let's say I want to change the first element from John to Steve. So in order to access first element, we can use index number 0, right? And let's assign a new value to it. So Steve. Now let's log this person's array. So console.log persons. If I save the changes, now you can see the first element of this person's array is Steve, because here we are modifying its first element. We are changing its value from John to Steve. Okay, so here we are modifying the array element, value of array element. All right, now it is also possible to get the total count of an element in an array using its length property. So every array has a length property, and if you want to get the total number of elements in that array, you can use that length property. So for example, if you want to get how many number of elements this person array has, you can use the length property on this person array. Okay, so if we log this, let's say console.log, we know that this person's array has 3 elements. So this length property should return 3, and that's what it has returned. So using length property, we can get the total number of elements which an array has. And this length property automatically updates when we modify the array. So if I add a new element to this array, let's say Steve, and if we save the changes now, you can see now this length property is returning 4. Now, to be precise, the length property is actually not the count of the values in the array, but it is actually the greatest numeric index plus 1. And to prove this, let's create an empty array and assign a single value to it. So let's create an empty array, let's call it ARR, and to this let's assign an empty array. And then let's say ARR of 50 equals maybe test. Now let's see what is the length this ARR array has. So for that we can say, let's first use this console.log statement, and let's say ARR.length. Okay, let's save the changes, and it is returning 51. But we know that this array has only one element, and that element we have assigned it to the 50th index of this ARR array. So that's what I said. The length property actually returns the highest index of an array plus 1. Now the highest index in this case will be 50, and plus 1 is 51, and that's what it has returned. So the length property does not actually return the total count of the number of elements in an array, but it actually returns the highest index number plus 1. Okay, so in this example, although we have only one element, but the length returned is 51. We can also truncate an array by setting its length smaller than the array size. So for example, let's create an array. Let me make some space first. Let's create an array. Let's call it maybe num. Okay, so it is going to be a numeric array. And to this, let's assign some numeric elements. Okay, now you can create any type of array, but here I'm just creating a numeric array. So this array has now 5 elements, right? Now let's say num dot length equals 2. Okay, and let's now log this num array in the developer console. If I save the changes, you can see that when we are logging this num array, it has only 2 elements. That means when we set the length property of this num array less than the number of element it has truncated that array. This num array has been truncated. So last 3 elements from this array has been truncated. And now when we are logging this num array, it is only displaying two elements, the first 2 elements. Okay, so in this way, you can truncate an array by setting its length property smaller than the number of element that array has. And once you truncate the array, it cannot be reversed. For example, now if we set the length property of this num array to 5, let's see what it logs when we log this num array now. So let's say console.log num. If I save the changes, you can see it is still logging 12 and 24, and rest 3 elements are empty. Okay, so once this array is truncated, even though we change the length property back to 5, these elements are gone. And the last 3 elements in the result is empty. Okay, so once you truncate the array by setting the length property less than the number of elements of an array, it cannot be reversed. So these are some of the tricky questions which can be asked in an interview. That's why I included it in this lecture. Now, we learned that we have 2 ways to create an array in JavaScript, using square brackets and using this new array syntax. And we learned that this new array syntax is rarely used. One of the reasons is that the square bracket syntax is shorter than this syntax. And another reason is, with this syntax we have an issue. And the issue is, if we use this new array to create an array, and if we pass only a single argument to this array constructor, and if that argument is a numeric value, then it will create an empty array with that length. For example, here let's pass 10. Okay, now we are logging this years array here. If I save the changes, you can see that an empty array has been created. An empty array has been created, and each element of this array is empty. Its length is 10, but each element of this array is empty. That's because JavaScript thinks that here we are defining the length of the array which we want to create. Okay, but we are passing it as a value, but JavaScript is thinking that here we are specifying the length of the array which we want for this array. And that's why if you want to create an array with a single numeric element, then this syntax is not the right way to do that. Okay, but if you have more than one numeric elements, let's say I also had 20, then in that case an array with these 2 elements will be created by this new array syntax. So if I save the changes, now you can see an array with these 2 elements have been created. But if we pass only one element, one numeric element, in that case it will create an array with empty elements but with the given length. That means this length, as you can see here. Okay, and just to avoid these kind of surprises, we mostly use square bracket notation in order to create arrays in JavaScript. Alright, so this is all from this lecture. In this lecture we learned how to create an array and how to use it. In the next lecture we will talk about different methods which we have on an array.